Hello, everybody. Ryan Carpenter here with No BS Golf, presented to you by P45 Knuckle Down Golf. That's right, your best destination for golf improvement right here in Central Georgia. We got everything you need at the golf pub with my partners up there, all the way to all the technology we're using to help better present and get players the information they need, and then the processes in place necessary to create long lasting golf development right here, Central Georgia. Don't need to go to Atlanta. Don't need to go to the coast. I got everything you need right here, folks. So I want to hit on some topics this morning. It's been a fun morning already. Got a lot to do, though. So we're going to zoom right through. Starting off with this morning, I don't know how many of y'all wake up and catch this stuff. I do. I love it. We got the Dubai Desert Classic going on. The Amex starts later today, but over in Dubai, they got a huge field. They got a bunch of players, bunch of big names, Rahm, Rory, you name it. And it's been fun because we also have a young kids on tear amateur from here in America, David Ford, shot 65, and this is coming off of a couple of collegiate wins. And so just again, Blades Brown this afternoon, David Ford today with a field in foreign territory, tearing it up as an amateur. Amazing stuff. So what all does this lead to? There are a number of locations and people around in different places that simply understand the ultimate level of efficiency with golf swings and all the processes and the things that are needed to help people advance and try to become, these players that they're wanting to be. And so we're seeing it on a regular basis because of that, with this huge young crop of talent popping up, and you really watch, and if you studied enough like I do, then you'll start to understand that even Rahm, okay, there's some differences or subtle technique differences in how he plays a golf ball, but he's doing it more the same as everybody else than he is different. And so, anyways, really fun to watch. It's amazing to see a young man like that go over there and handle that kind of situation and finish. So now we got to see if he can go 3 days, and it'd be amazing to see an amateur win a tournament like that. Anyways, that was fun. Lots else going on. Like I said, we got a 17-year-old Blades Brown coming in the Amex this afternoon. That'll be fun to see. Amex is always a unique event. 3-course rotation. One course doesn't have nothing. We don't get TrackMan data. We get no strokes gained, nothing. So it's kind of a weird event. It used to be kind of like almost like the clam bakes up at Pebble Beach back in the day, kind of a more of a pro AM, celebrity driven kind of event. But anyways, it is what it is. And 3 courses, one super easy. The others are decent, and we'll see how it goes. So what's on my mind? Today, January the 16th, 2025. I've been told I need to date and stamp these things. So good morning. January the 16th of 25. It's 25. 25 spring coming fast. Don't delay your golf development today. Get started right away. Time's running out. Trust me. Okay. Does one thing change in the golf swing? And if so, does it make it better? That was the question I posed. And I'm going to write an article, and I'm going to do more on this. It's a bit of a trick question because it's a yes and no. But by far, it all assumes this. Is it a significant change versus a tweak? A tweak is this. Okay, you're on a range, you're hitting the ball, and it's something. I have a lot of those there, right there. That one. Okay, I see. So that's going to be more of a face issue. Okay. Well, now that we know kind of the general issue, and maybe we figure something out somewhere, an idea, a feel, a visual, hey, try and think like this, something, and we just alter the face enough, maybe just kind of just tweak it a little, just get it just a little bit better. That's a tweak. That's a the problem with that is unless you're diagnosing with detail, it might not be much of a change at all, to be honest. So, and it could be a conditional change, meaning you thought this, but this actually changed, but it worked. So who cares, and move on. Fine. But you didn't even realize what actually changed to get you there. So that's tweaking. That's a no scenario. That does and can work. However, here's what I will say. It's normally a short-term result. It's not a long-lasting, definitive, life-changing golf development thing. So for a long-lasting development aspect, one change can actually be incredibly detrimental to a player. Okay, stick with me on this now. And it was great. Two of my guys that I love to listen to all the time, about 2 months ago maybe, they talked about this and they went in depth, and they were right. And they simply said what I'm about to tell you. It's the same thing. One change only works sometimes if 2, 3, 4 of the things are matched with it. So you might have to go through a 2-month period, a 1-month period, a 3-month period. It depends on what it is. And get through enough additional changes with this one change to make that one change actually become an output that works, and more importantly, one that becomes long-lasting forever. Changes your game for a lifetime. You go from certain level of play to a certain level of play, and it never goes back because of it. So you have to be very, very careful. This is exactly why YouTube's, not mine, because I don't come on here and go, I'm going to fix your slice magically. That's why I don't do that. You got to be careful with the information you get. You got to be careful with how you perceive it. You got to be careful with how you go about it. You got to be careful with how you think and you try to implement it, because it may not be, first of all, what you think. Second of all, that one change may not work. It's just a little bit of the information. We had a great conversation yesterday about this. And when not all the information is present, you're in what I call the danger zone. Without all the information, you're running the risk of making some huge mistakes. So be careful with that. More on that probably as I continue on, but that is it's just something I want people to be aware of. One of the things that I try to impress upon people after day one is like, look, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of stuff here. And while you got to make a decision for sure, I warn them. I'm like, be careful. I would not make any of these changes unless you're going to be coached through this process, because it can get ugly fast and it can get hard to undo it. And so, one thing can be a bad thing. Unfortunately, one change. It's not always going to be a positive, result. So anyways, what else we got? The importance of, short game. And we're moving into that season where not just willy-dillying, what I call it. You don't walk out on a green, just throw some balls down and kind of randomly do things. I've got very specific things that I put in place, and this doesn't matter. I've done this with a 9-year-old, an 11-year-old, a 14-year-old, all the way up to 70. Everything in between. Does not matter. I don't care. What I do care about is this. What skill levels are in place first to make sure that we quantify it and measure it in an appropriate fashion. That's probably the one key thing I will say. But outside of that, it does not matter. Make your time worth it. Everybody's all limited on time. I got time. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. Well, everybody has time. What I say is how you choose to use your time. Like anything, it's up to you. But of the time you have, make it quality, make it measurable, quantifiable, make it count, period, the end. I've got everything in place for players. I can give them to them so they don't have to try to figure all this out on their own. And that's part of the coaching process. I'm coaching players. Understanding the golf swing is very simple. It's not that hard. It's very easy to teach the golf swing. It's hard to develop it. It's harder to coach it and coach players through the process that's necessary. But when done correctly and when time is given and commitment, that's how I can guarantee success. Without that, I can't guarantee success. You might learn some things, but I can't guarantee you're going to have success with it. And that's the difference. So Anyways, I don't have a lot of time to continue on. I'm supposed to keep these short anyway. Some people are like, you go on forever. I'm like, because I don't want to be the guy, hey, I will fix your slice in 5 seconds. BS, first of all. I've got some amazing training aids that help with these processes as well. I limit training aids to a very small grouping that first of all, that I've used for over 20 years and that I believe in for a reason. And anyways, look me up. I'm at the golf pub teaching every day, folks. Be there. Well, actually going outside today. It's going to be nice this afternoon. Once it warms up, we're going to take advantage of that with a couple of specific things we need to look at. But yeah, every day at the pub. Otherwise, Sunday for sure. Don't delay. The one thing I see time and time again, somebody shows up around late April, 1st of July. Hey, I want to get my game fixed. I got to go play this weekend. And I'm like, that's just, that's just not how it works. So unfortunately, too late to the ball game. Now's the time. Got to get ahead of it early. So valuation lesson, normal price, $150, 50% off if you go into a lesson package. So that's where we're at. And yeah, go to everything. Like, subscribe, share, please, if you will. Helps me out. Twitter at P45KDG. Email me if you have questions, anything, comment. Let's get the conversation going here, folks. And P45knuckledowngolf.com, P45knuckledowngolf@gmail.com. For now, Ryan Carpenter, P45 Knuckle Down Golf, presenting No BS Golf. That's right. Take care, folks.